I decided I'm going to start a new series. Every month, my apartment complex hosts a book club. And we do things a little bit differently. So instead of just picking like a book and everyone reads it, we pick a theme and everyone brings a book, or in my case, multiple books based on that theme. So this month for April, our theme is science fiction. So I have my 3 books, and I was going to start a new series where every month I tell you what our book club theme is and what books I'm bringing. So the first book I'm bringing is The Darkness Outside Us by Elliot Treffer. In this book, we follow Ambrose and Kodiak, who are from kind of warring countries. They've been at war for a very long time. There's a lot of mistrust there. But Kodiak and Ambrose are currently on a kind of mission through space to go and rescue Ambrose's sister. His sister was part of another kind of group that went out. They were thought to be lost, but now there has been a distress signal from them, so they're off to go and rescue this group. They are on the same spaceship, but they are kind of separated in the beginning. They slowly get together. They slowly start talking and building this friendship. Things, though, kind of aren't what they seem to be. They start learning about the ship around them and some kind of things that aren't just making sense to them. This book is kind of honestly a really hard one to discuss because it's really hard to talk about it without spoiling anything. So that's the most I can say about it. But it was one of the best books I read last year. I re-listened to it again this year just to kind of get ready for book club today. It's one of those books where you are going to just be so gripped by not just their relationship, but also everything that's going around them. There is a really big plot twist a little halfway through this book that was so big I actually had to go back pages to see if I missed something. But one of the best books I've ever read, especially last year. I absolutely loved it. I'm really excited because a second book is coming out this year, believe in October, and you better bet as soon as that thing drops, I'm picking it up and devouring it. The next book that I'm going to bring is Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. And in this we follow Kayam and Janan. I'm probably pronouncing those names, so I apologize. If you have a pronunciation guide, let me know. It's been a while since I've listened to this book. But Kayam is kind of part of the minor royalty. He flouts the rules, kind of is considered an embarrassment by his family. So in order to bring him to task, he is being forced to marry Janan. Now, Janan has recently been widowed. His significant other had passed away. To the outside, for everyone, it assumed that Janan and his recently deceased partner had a wonderful marriage. It was a true love match. It was not. You learn that pretty quickly when we go through Janan's chapters. You understand that there was a lot of abuse that he kind of endured. It's very blatant in this book. So if that is something that's a trigger for you, just know that while it's not over the top and not fully on page, you do get glimpses of what Janan went through while he was married. This book is amazing. So first off, when they first start kind of interacting with each other, there's a lot of hesitance on both their sides. Kayam, because one, he doesn't want to be married, and also he feels like it's not appropriate for how recently widowed Janan is. Janan, obviously coming from a very abusive relationship, is not sure if this is going to be a kind of, similar to what he just came from. But things take a turn. They get dramatic when Janan is accused of murder. Lots of political intrigue. So if you love books like that with a really good science fiction twist, this is definitely going to be the book that you're going to enjoy. There is a second book, Ocean's Echo, which was also fantastic. That one deals with a little bit more mind things and mind control. But both books were fantastic. I'm not the biggest fan of science fiction books, and I absolutely devoured both of these. The last book I'm bringing is In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune. If you know me at all, you know I am a big fan of T.J. Klune's books. But in this book, we follow Victor, who is a human, and this is after kind of the human population has been decimated by robots. So he's living in the middle of the woods with his father, Giovanni, and this really great little cast of robots. Honestly, I loved all the little robots and their personalities that they had in this book. But Victor and his father, they are kind of they're scientists, they're tinkers, they like to build things and put things together. And specifically, Victor likes to go to this scrapyard that's, kind of close enough to their house in the woods to find parts to fix his little, robotic friends that he has. And when he goes out there, he discovers a humanoid type robot that he brings back and he kind of fixes up and brings to life. Unfortunately, things start to go awry when Victor's father is kidnapped by the robots, and now Victor, along with his very great cast of friends, now have to go and rescue Victor's father. Unfortunately, because Victor is a human, this causes some issues because robots are out to kill him. It's very great. Just, it's TJ Klune, so you're gonna have a nice little bit of drama, a really good amount of humor. There is romance in it. Is a romance between a human and a robot, and it's just one of those books where you're gonna love the whole time. It's gonna be an entire like fun little trip while you're reading it. So that's this month's books, and I am very excited for next month. I already know what it is. Next month's books are going to be anything with like mothers or like a very heavy like mother focused. So if you have any book recommendations that are very like focused on the mother figure or something like that, drop them in my comments and let me know.